Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. Not Forma, Ferma. Yes, good old Kholodny Ferma. We all know it, we all love it. This is not the winter, so it's nice and colorful and green. So anyways, our heroes today are going to be Akosi, submitter of the replay, thank you very much, playing for the Soviets, and his opponent is going to be JJB34. Playing for the Germans. So, well, right off the bat, we actually see Akosi going for a interesting play, and that is opening up Tier 1 for the Soviets and going straight into Sniper. So, Sniper opening. We shall see how that turns out, but I am very excited from that. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually going to keep a hotkey on that Sniper because I like snipers.
You want that Sniper?
There they go. Okay, so anyways, while we see what happens in the game, let's set up here, well not set up, but look at some stats. Rank-wise, Akosi, highest ranking player in the matchup, and he is, at the time of casting this, ranked 47th for Soviets, so, you know, very good player there. So we shall see how well he uses his sniper. Other than that, I mean, not much else to talk about. We see that JB is doing pretty much what you would expect, although he is now getting MG42s, which is probably going to be a little bit more common to see a lot more MG42s. Maybe not MG42 spam, but, you know, we are seeing 2 MG42s in this game, so, you know. Anyways, it's going to be a lot more common because of the changes in the patch, where the MG42 received 10% increased suppression now, which should make it pretty good. I mean, it was arguably okay or already good in the previous patch, but I guess it was a little bit too underwhelming for some players, so an adjustment was made, 10% more suppression, so this should be a force to be reckoned with now. With the removal of the bulletin anyways, it should remove the insta-pin ability anyway, so yeah, it should be fine. So, Gren's heading into the, Combat Engineers heading into the center. They do run into that MG42. MG42 currently set up to defend that cutoff point. The Sniper is being used to defend, to capture up north, so it's an interesting maneuver, so not an aggressive opening. And we now see a second Sniper on the field for Akosi, so this is a very weird opening. Oh, I'm already intrigued. 2 Grenadier squads also getting produced for JJB34, so opening 2 MG42, 2 Grens. We'll see if he dumps anything more onto his Tier 1. So the Sniper up north currently capturing territory, and a Sniper heading into the center. There is that Combat Engineer squad just nearby for defense, and the MG42 is still set up right there on the approach just to defend, so we shall see what happens. Conscript squad now finally hitting the field for Akosi, so it is not going to be just sniper spam or anything like that. There is a plan behind this build, but yeah, it's, quite unusual. I don't think I've seen it done before, at least not with 2. I do remember casting one from, damn it, what was his name? I forgot. Anyways, I do remember casting a sniper opening once, but it was just one sniper. So wire getting laid down here by Akosi to deny that heavy cover that also got a little bit shifted. It used to be around back here, now it's right there, usable for defense, I suppose, from both sides. Sniper up top takes a shot at those Grens. Second Sniper is just set up there holding fire. Opens up as the Grens retreat, but it misses, and the Snipers allow their prey to escape. So Conscript squad up in the north is now currently getting supported by 2 Sniper squads, so that's a lot of firepower in the north right now. But we do see JBB adapting, getting himself Tier 2 and going for Scout Car. Scout Car is currently amazing at killing snipers. We do see a sandbag getting placed by the Conscripts over here in the north, and a engagement in the center. Combat Engineers and Grenadiers duking it out in the center. Mine getting laid down by Akosi, not getting finished, just, you know, dropped there. And the second Conscript squad ends up going down south while the third one is getting produced. So Akosi is going to be investing into his conscripts, getting at least 3. I don't know if he's going to get more, but it's just a delay, so he's getting in them later on, opting to instead get a faster sniper play. So both snipers currently set up right here in the center near the munitions point. Scout car heads straight up north, getting 18-aided by the conscripts right away. So very nice by akosi there. The sandbags were getting placed by those conscripts, but the conscripts are now getting harassed by the grenadiers, and they're going to take quite a beating. Scout car does take a lot of damage and almost gets cleared out by the conscripts. The conscripts are now going to jump into the house. They're going to try to take that scout car out. No, they go around the bend, and they get right on top of the scout car. The MG42 is getting flipped around. No, it doesn't get flipped around. The scout car is going to get 18-aided once again, and there it goes. Gets abandoned. Oh no, that is quite unfortunate for akosi. He invested a lot into that, especially getting some 18-aids off. And the snipers are only going to be able to deal some damage to the Pios, although they're shooting at the fuel cache for some reason. Combat engineers now running up to the house, trying to stop those Pios from capping the point, but they're not getting shot. Snipers also getting caught in the open by the grenadiers. Rifle going off on one sniper, and down goes the sniper for akosi. A little bit of a greedy maneuver there. Loses his combat engineers, loses his sniper. But, well, that scout car is now in possession again for JJB34, so yeah, actually didn't pan out for akosi. So he loses one sniper, loses one combat engineer, does have 4 conscript squads on the field now, but well, he did manage to decrew on MG42. If he can manage to capture that, you know, just skirt around with one of the conscript squads and get a cap out on that MG42, he might be able to, you know, salvage the situation. The scout car is still on the field, however, and is now heading into the center. Has an autocannon already upgraded, which doesn't help him a lot, but it doesn't really deter him other than, you know, losing the munitions. Oh, I'm sorry, I never actually got this. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get a little bit used to that. I am still used to me being the one recording that and automatically starting, so sorry about that, guys. But, well, it's right there. New features, yay. 18 going off, 18-8 going off again on that scout car, getting a crit on that engine, doing a lot of damage. The conscripts flooding into the center. Ura getting used on one of the conscript spots. They're trying to run straight at the scout car. Can they get in range? No, they don't manage to get in range. They're just shooting with their rifles, doing quite a bit of damage to the scout car. The scout car still at about 25% health and steadily backing off. It's now backing off into the support of a Panzer Grenadier squad, so those conscripts are going to be in a lot of trouble. They could pick up that MG42 and run, but that's going to be a very risky maneuver. Conscripts going for the cutoff. MG42 down south, not even getting used in the fights. And the flamethrower goes off on those pioneers, doing a lot of damage. MG42 does get picked up, and he needs to retreat it instantly. Now, there goes the conscript squad. There goes the MG42. Panzer Grenadiers right on top of the stolen MG42, down to 1 man. They are going to clear it out. It gets creeped up a little bit down the field, and the Panzer Grenadiers could pick it up themselves, but that's a little bit of a, you know, heavy investment for an MG42. Conscripts over here in the house trying to duke it out against the Grens are forced away by the Panzer Grenadiers, and those Panzer Grenadiers hit the field like a truck. Panzer Grenadiers backing off, and they're going to capture some points. Conscripts down south, and a third sniper, or well, second active one, is getting produced for akosi, so he is banking on having 2, especially against Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers are very high priority targets for snipers. Sniper actually moves in and takes a shot at one of the Panzer Grenadiers and nails him. And do we actually have medics back at base? No, we do not have medics, so unfortunately those snipers are not going to be able to get healed up. Up north, Grenadiers for JBB is just capturing, and they're going to capture the entire north, so akosi currently losing territory. Conscripts retreating, MG42 and Panzer Grenadiers doing a little bit of a pincer there, doing a lot of damage as they retreat, but they manage to retreat at 4 men, and they are fine. akosi selecting his Doctrine, and that is the guard motor coordination tactics, so very nice. Allows him to get those T-34s. And what is the spread on that? So the mortar and the rifles are still at 1, but the 7.7 and 8 for marked vehicle. Okay, so yeah, I'm recording this right after the last game that was casted, so I haven't gotten a chance to get a breakdown on the different on the changes on the commanders points, so can't really tell you right now, so I'm sorry about that. But I'll get that information. I'll work on it probably tomorrow. Scout car pushes into the center, opening up on the conscripts in that house. Remember, houses no longer provide that much of a bonus. It's only 35%, so they are going to take a beating. They're going to be able to last a bit, but not as long as before. MG42 also moves up even further, covering the entire approach here. However, this approach is still open, so that MG42 backs off, and it's going to set up in a different angle. Right here in this fence covering the entire angle would probably be a decent position. But of course, there's also always that approach. But anyways, so snipers again in the field now together, surrounded by conscripts, so that the scout car can't just simply drive by and get past them. Unfinished sandbags over here in the strategic point. Snipers actually open up on the scout car and do damage to the hull, but don't really do that much to be a worry. And MG42 does finally get picked up by Grenadiers and is set up in the center of the map. Probably not even set up, that's probably just where it dropped it, where they picked it up. Yeah. Now it gets picked up and gonna rush into the church, but the conscripts beat it to it. And the MG42 now sets up into the center. Guard rifles opening up on the MG42. MG42 getting shot up from all directions. Conscripts, guards, one man left. That MG42 is going down. Does pack up. Can he make it out alive? It is a very healthy one man, but no, gets shot as he picks up the gun, and down it goes. Conscripts up north, moving out, and we have Pios, Grants, Panzer Grenadiers, Scout Car, everything pushing into the center of the map. These guards rifles could do with jumping into the house, but they decide to move straight onto the Scout Car, right on top of all the infantry. As a suicide maneuver for the guards, they end up dropping one of their PTRS rifles, and away they go. So, 2-volt there for akosi. Cost him a little bit, and that MG42 gets picked up and cleared up once again. Scout Car takes some pot shots at the conscripts behind it. Scout Car might be getting 18-aided if it gets a little bit too close. Conscript do manage to capture the point, and we have a heavy mortar getting called in for akosi. That mortar could actually be very useful. So, German infantry blob pushing all the way into the front of akosi's base. Now going to capture points, set up. Panzer Grenadiers jumping into the house, Pios moving around, going to cap points, and the Scout Car currently set up in the center. Snipers backing off, now going to start taking some shots at the Grens. One shot goes off, down goes one of the Grenadiers. Second shot might go off, well actually 2 shots already went off. Mortar round lands right on top of the Grenadier squad, but doesn't actually kill it, and down it goes right after getting the cap. And the snipers have proven their worth. Up north, conscripts in the house. Down south, conscripts are getting forced away by MG42s and flamethrowers. Mortar landing some shots at the point. Not exactly sure why. I'm guessing a barrage was utilized. Yeah, that was just a barrage ability. Trying to nail anything passing through there.
120mm mortars are now available for deployment.
And we see that the remaining Gren squad is the one that picked up the PTRS rifles. So that's actually going to be quite bad for akosi, but I suppose not bad so far considering he doesn't have any tech, and he's probably just going to be waiting for those T-34-85s. Guard rifle setting up in the center. Panzer IV now on the field for JBB. JBB going for tier 3. And yeah, that Panzer IV hits the field like a ton of bricks. And the guard rifles just jump out of the house. They can't really do much against it. They only have one PTRS rifle remaining. So they have only half as much DPS that they can output to a Panzer IV. Guard rifles jump into the house, getting flamethrowered. They jump in, throw a PTRS shot at the Panzer IV and jump out. So a little bit of a hide and seek there. Grenadier squad up top with that PTRS getting hunted by the snipers. Snipers doing quite a bit of damage. Conscripts are hoorahing down south to try to get an 18-8 up on that Panzer IV. There goes the 18-8. The snipers decide to retreat instantly. Panzer IV turns its gun. Can he nail one of them? It misses. Very lucky there for akosi. Does he have medics? He has yet to get medics. So that is potentially going to be bad, but it's fine for now. Ugh, sorry, my brain. Oxygen.
The enemy has taken our supply sector. Our T-34s
so the mortar is taking some shots at this side of the map where the guard rifles decide to run on top of it. And it gets nailed, which is to be expected. But guard rifles managed to finally pick up that MG42, so the MG42 is now going to be in the possession of akosi. And damage-wise, we see that JJB has actually done quite a bit more. 1,100 more damage than akosi has done so far. Panzer Grenadiers doing a lot of damage to the conscripts as they run. Mortar taking some shots but missing.
to re-establish our supply lines.
And down south, some conscripts are just moving. Snipers moving now up to the north, taking some shots at the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers taking one shot. Mortar landing shells right on top of the point. The snipers moving on top of that point, so they are going to potentially get killed by their own mortar. Very close. Sniper was right there a moment ago. So very risky there. Sniper takes some shots at the MG42. Conscripts push forward, trying to capture the point. The MG42 packs up, and the sniper misses its last shot. Unfortunate. But there were 2 men left anyway, so they weren't going to be able to do that. Mine over here has not gotten finished for Akosi. That would have been great right there. That Panzer IV ran straight through it. Conscripts throw an 18A at that Panzer IV and instantly retreat. Panzer IV takes some shots as it can, but none manages to do much. And we now have enough big command points for Akosi to get his T-34-85, but he is a little bit short on the manpower. 10 short. He should be able to call them in right now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to. No, he actually decides to spend manpower in getting what?
Forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Reinforcements?
Do you need something?
A sector has been cut off.
They've opened up on us!
Anyways, conscript in the center, and there we go. Finally, T-34-85s get called in. There are 2 Panzer IVs on the field, so it's not an easy fight, but if they can catch this Panzer IV, you know, out of position, it's currently 18-aided, and the T-34s are heading straight out. The second Panzer IV is a little bit up north, heading over to the left-hand side, so they are currently separated. This is the opportunity Akosi needs. He can also use a marked vehicle on one of the Panzer IVs to clear it out, and the Panzer IV is heading straight into his base. The T-34s head straight onto the Panzer IV in the center. Panzer IV taking some nasty shots, and a marked vehicle goes down. Marked vehicle will allow those T-34s to clear out this Panzer IV quite handily. Panzer IV takes a shot at the T-34s, doing a little bit of damage, but with the marked vehicle going down, that Panzer IV doesn't really stand much of a chance. Does pop its smoke, and it backs off. But the T-34s only take this opportunity to get behind it, and down goes that Panzer IV. Second Panzer IV currently in the center of the map, but again, it is going up against 2 T-34-85, so if Akosi finds that that Panzer IV, he could clear out both enemy armor vehicles right now. Conscripts in the center, taking some shots at the Panzer IV, but don't actually manage to land the 18A. And Tellermine's getting placed right in the center. Is this a bait that Akosi is going to fall for? He decides to move his T-34s over to the left-hand side, send them probably back home, so I suppose it's not going to be... It's not going to be a trap this time, so very nice. So massive infantry pushing into the center. We have mortars and stolen MG42s, conscripts. Where are the snipers? Snipers are back at base, currently heading out. And yeah.
Territory secured.
So all the Soviet forces currently up north. We have T-34-85 heading up north as well. We have no combat engineers on the field. He does have the ability to repair on the fly if he wants to, but you know, getting combat engineers at least one squad is always a little bit more useful. You can save that munitions for when it's more important. T-34-85 is heading into the center. This T-34-85 is going to run into a Tellermine. There it goes, hits the Tellermine, getting critical engine damage. That is heavy engine damage. Second T-34-85 is in the center, but there is a snug there for support. So T-34-85 that is still active will not be able to do that much. This T-34-85 gets taken out by the Panzer IV and the Grents. I think they threw a... Well, actually they have a PTRS rifle, so they probably could finish it off like that. But they probably throw a Faust anyways. And the remaining T-34-85 backs off, and the Stug and Panzer IV combo manages to win that engagement with the combination of that Tellermine, which was excellently placed. Combat engineers finally getting produced for Akosi. He's going to send them up north to try to fight that Stug. Stug takes a shot from the T-34-85, but it deflects off its armor. T-34-85 backs off after taking a nasty shot from the Stug. It's now going to go straight into the infantry. There is a guard rifle equipped MG42. And and conscripts move up to throw an 18-8. But it doesn't actually get a crit on the engine, so the Stug manages to just simply back off. Down south, conscripts capturing fuel. And victory point wise, these Pios are capturing the points, and Akosi is currently down to 248, while JJB is sitting at 370. Panzer IV and Stug just heading straight into the enemy base, so JJB is going for a harassment maneuver. Guard rifles pushing out, getting a buttoning going down on the Panzer IV, forcing it to pop its smoke and allowing it to stay alive. Also, sorry for the overlay, I know it was a little bit janky there, but it's fixed now. And I never mentioned it, but JJB got himself Elite Group Doctrine. That's why he was able to pop the smoke, and well, we can only assume that we're going to be seeing a Tiger Ace again. So Tiger Ace didn't get changed at all as much as, you know, people wanted it to. The only thing that got changed for the Tiger Ace is the amount of points that it takes. It now takes 16, which is roughly around the same. I guess it takes a little bit longer to come out now, but but not that much of a difference. The tank itself is still the same, and they in fact made it so that the resource income only gets stopped for 10 minutes. So that actually means that it's even stronger now. So yeah. Panzer IV heads straight into the center, and the snipers retreat. Snipers taking some shots. T-34-85 getting some shots off on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV pops the smoke once more and backs off, taking a nasty shot from the T-34-85. T-34-85, however, does take a nasty shot in return and is down to about 25% health. It is apparently pursuing the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV backs off. This T-34 needs to get repaired. The combat engineers are right there, but the repairs need to go a little bit faster. Infantry gets cleared out, and that looks like it was conscripts. We see some conscripts dead over here, so that was probably it. We also have stuff around here, but who knows where. So JJB taking this opportunity to capture the map. Definitely going off on that MG42, forces it to back off. And Panzer Grenadiers take a nasty shot there by the Soviet mortar, down to 2 men. They do have Panzer Shreks, so that reduces their anti-infantry capability. And the snipers are now in pursuit of the Panzer Grenadiers. Can they actually clear out the Panzer Grenadier squad? Panzer Grenadier squad sets up, throws off a barrage, and down goes the Panzer Grenadier squad, dropping a Panzer Shrek, and the Guard Rifles are going to go pick it up. Very nice. So these Guard Rifles are now going to be bosses. They have DP light machine guns. Oh my god, were those two? Oh my god, they dropped both the Shreks. Those are 2 Shreks. Oh my god, that is an amazing Guard Rifle squad. PTRS rifles and 2 Shreks. That Stug does not know what it's getting itself into. Heads up against it. Look at that barrage. Stug now down to about half health. Panzer IV moves in for support, and the guards decide to retreat. They don't actually want to lose their weapons, and they head back home. But wow, that is an amazing Guard Rifle squad. That is sweet. Combat engineers repairing that T-34. T-34 now, finally at about combat effectiveness. It's at about 90% health. Still gonna keep getting repaired, but Panzer IV moves to the edge of the map, probably trying to catch the snipers, but the snipers are nowhere to be seen. And still no medics on the field, so those snipers are a little bit battered. Not gonna be able to take that much punishment, even though there are snipers and they don't really take punishment, but Pios down south, conscripts moving around. There is a teller mine there, but teller mines do not activate against, infantry, so they're fine. And an MG42 moves down south, sets up, and will push away that conscript squad. Molotovs as well have not gotten produced for Akosi, so he is saving his fuel as much as he can. Panzer IV moves in to poke and take some shots at what it can. T-34-85 taking some shots at the Stug, but the Panzer IV moves in as the flank from behind, and down goes the T-34-85. Very nice move there by JJB. And that T-34-85 is down. The Guard Rifle, however, doing a lot of damage to this Panzer IV. It does get its armor skirts. It drops a DP light machine gun, picks it right back up, and now turns its sights at the Stug. Will the Stug get cleared out? Very nice barrage there by those guards. Down to 2 men. Need to retreat. There they go. Veteran C3 guards now with 2 Shreks equipped and only 1 DP light machine gun because they dropped the other one. But I think they wouldn't have been able to pick up the second Shrek if they had not dropped the DP. I mean the PTRS. So I may be wrong, but I think that's how it works.
Lines have been cut.
Pios and MG42 force away a veteran C2 6-man conscript squad. Interesting, but they did have flamethrowers, so I suppose it's an okay
Enemy infantry!
thing.
Medium standing by.
And guard rifles, grenadiers with the PTRS over there. Mine over here in this sector of the map finally gets detonated.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
And the snipers are pushing up to the north. Although one sniper only has one man, it didn't get reinforced. It's a very risky maneuver. Panzer Grenadiers getting shot from the snipers, and the snipers are pushing forward. Panzer Grenadiers retreat, and that sniper has had one man. Needs to retreat and head back home.
Do not let this trend continue.
Built it as ordered.
Panzer IV getting produced for JJB. He is now actually capable of calling in a Tiger if he wanted to. The Tiger doesn't cost anything, I believe, which is
Now this land belongs to
also
the Soviet people.
questionable, but whatever. So we might be seeing the Tiger race right now, but JJB is not wanting to get the Tiger Ace just yet. It looks like he's getting himself some Pios, so he wants to have enough Pios on the field to repair his tanks. That is what he's banking on right now. Because keep in mind that since your income gets halted, well, for 10 minutes only now, you cannot replace your infantry that easily. You have only a limited amount of resources, which is what you end up with. So anyways, Panzer IV in the center, and pushes away that conscript squad, makes it out alive. Medics still not a factor in this game. Probably not going to be in the entire game. And the elite guard rifles with 2 Shreks up north just capturing that victory point. So let's see. Guards get weapon training, improves accuracy and penetration as well as survivability. And combat expertise increases squad survivability and weapon control while under fire. So I'm going to take a quick look to see what exactly that means. So guard squad at Veteran C2 they get 20% armor, so that's nice. They get plus 10% penetration, so that's excellent with the Shreks. And then they get 30% accuracy, which is also amazing with Shreks. Look at that damage go down on the Panzer IV. Jesus Christ, that Panzer IV does not have a chance. Tiger Race does get called in. Anyways, finishing before we see the Tiger Race get into the fight. At Veteran C3 they get plus 25% button duration, plus 30% armor, and minus 20% cooldown, which means they shoot faster. So yeah, guard rifles are a beast. Veteran C3, they're awesome. They take quite a beating, making them excellent for Shreks. So those Shreks are going to do quite a lot of damage to that Tiger Race. Tiger Race moves into the center and is a little bit hesitant. So there it goes. Nice shot goes in straight into the house, kills one of those guys. AT gun takes a shot at the Tiger Ace, bounces the shot, and doesn't manage to do much. Guard rifles and AT gun sets up and starts shooting at the Tiger Ace. Tiger Ace backs off, taking a shot at the conscript. The conscripts are clumped up a little bit too together. They separate, and down goes a shot down to one man, barely keeps him alive. Guard rifles taking some shots at the Grents. We do have 248 manpower left for JJB for the meantime. Mine getting hit by the Tiger Ace. The Tiger Ace is now in a lot of trouble. It's getting shot at by 2 AT guns and side shots from PTRS rifles and Shreks with increased penetration and accuracy. Guard rifles, however, are not going to be the target of the Tiger Ace, and the Shreks are, well, just sitting there. Panzer IV also on the field, now finally fully repaired. The guard rifles moving in for a flank. Snipers moving up, trying to do the attrition there on the manpower. Guard rifles need to just stop and shoot at that Panzer IV, but they decide to back off, and there goes the barrage. Only one of them hits, however, and the Tiger Ace continues to get shot off by the AT guns, but, well, she simply backs off, and now the deluge of Pioneers moves in to repair the Tiger Ace. Tiger Ace, however, not stopping, which means that it's going to take quite a bit. Down to one man on that Panzer Grenadier squad, and down goes the entire Panzer Grenadier squad. Very weird maneuver there for JJB, losing one of his combat infantry. He only has an MG42 and a Grenadier squad left, which is quite risky. Oh, very nice shot there by the Soviet mortar. Panzer IV almost gets cleared out. The Pioneers are around there trying to do repairs. The Tiger is now abandoned. Well, not abandoned, but, you know, abandoned by the Pios. The Pios move straight out to the Panzer IV, trying to repair it as fast as possible. Those are a lot of squads. That is, what, 5 squads? So they're going to repair it very fast. But the Shreks are just going off from those Guard Rifles. The Guard Rifles actually drop one of the Shreks. They need to pick it up. There they go. Pick up another Shrek squad. And they're going to go, another Shrek gun. And the AT guns just continue to creep forward, trying to do repairs. Guard Rifles see that the Panzer IV is currently getting repaired by everything. And they're going to get right on top of that Panzer IV. They aren't taking a lot of damage, but there goes the Shrek. Drop another Shrek. He needs to pick it up. There it goes. Just retreat. There it goes. Off on the retreat. Can they make it out alive? Tiger is taking aim, but no, it decides to leave them be. And there they go. Whew. That was an intense match. Next, a machine gun set up over here on the northern side. Now moving along, trying to capture some more points. Grenadier squad moving back out, and the resources are still stopped. No timer goes off, and JJB. Well, actually, akosi is now eking out on JJB's damage. He's actually inflicted more damage, which is because of those AT guns just continually barraging the Tiger, so it doesn't represent exactly, you know, what's going on. But I don't know why there's a glitch where this stuff up there doesn't appear. You have to, like, there it goes. So that's the damage, that's the amount of kills, and the amount of losses. Oh, sniper goes down to the MG42. Second sniper getting shot from the MG42, and down it goes. Big mistake there from akosi. Loses both of his snipers. Those were a big edge that he was getting in this matchup. And the Tiger Ace now fully repaired, heading straight into the center. The Panzer IV also is quite intact, so it can head into the field. Conscripts move into the center, getting shot from the MG42. And the Tiger get cleared out instantly, and down goes the last remaining conscript squad. No Molotovs or medics. I told you that having no medics would have cost those snipers dearly, because they were not able to take that much damage. They would have maybe still died anyways, considering this is a veteran C3 MG42. But, you know, that little bit of extra health might have let that last sniper run away. But who knows?
Yes, comrade.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
So, 3 AT guns on the field, set up over here on the right-hand side. akosi's just trying as hard as he can to stop that that Tiger. Guard Rifles moving up to the north. There is a Grenadier squad there with its not DP, the PTRS rifle. They got stolen. And off goes a barrage from the Guard Rifles. The Guard Rifles, with their DP line machine guns and grenade capabilities, could potentially clear it out. They set up in heavy cover on the carcass there, and the Tiger is moving into the center. AT guns back off and move over to the north, setting up in a nice flank against that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is, well, right in range, but not in sight of the AT guns. And the Tiger is currently in the center. It's just barraging and doing what it can. So essentially what it comes down to now is just a delay of game. JJB doesn't want to go straight into the base and finish off, because he knows that at 10 minutes he can simply regain his income and then just win the game, because the Tiger Ace is just too ridiculously strong to be beaten if you don't, you know, send it in. I mean, that's what was happening in the previous patch, is that, you know, people would get the Tiger Ace as an all-in type of thing and just go into the enemy base and destroy the buildings, or get itself killed, because, well, he couldn't reinforce his stuff or get more units out. But now, you do have to hold off for 10 minutes, but this thing, unless you're stupid with it, it's, you know, not gonna die. This doesn't add anything to the game, but well, anyways, akosi's putting up a pretty good fight against that Tiger Ace. The Panzer IV is being very slippery, getting back to its side of the map. akosi now down to 75 points, or well, 73 in this instance. JJB still holding strong at 274, so a little bit more than half. And the AT guns are all set up in unison over here on the north, trying to, well, maybe bait in, I don't know. stolen MG42 opens up on that Grenadier squad. The Grenadier squad manages to make it out alive. It has to run through the guard rifles, but the guard rifles do have Shreks and a PTRS, but they do have DP light machine guns, which means they kill the Grenadier squad anyways. And, well, a little bit of a victory there for JJB. I mean, for akosi. He still lost his snipers anyways, so, I mean, that is quite bad, but he can still pull it off. Mine getting hit by the Tiger Race, getting crit on the engine, and the AT guns now moving down, getting set up to be able to shoot with the guard rifles moving in for support. Smoke getting popped on the Tiger Ace, trying to break the line of sight. Guard rifles moving up and shooting now at the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV taking quite a bit of damage to those Shreks. The guard rifles themselves holding strong. The MG42s and AT guns barraging the Tiger down south. And the Panzer IV is now backing off. Can the Shreks finish him off? No, the Shreks are now going to focus on the Tiger Race. There goes the barrage on the side armor, bringing it down to about half health. And there goes a flying tree. What the hell was that? Look at that tree. Secret weapons of the Germans. And that was ridiculous. Physics, guys, physics. So AT guns continue to barrage that Tiger Race, trying to finish it off. Guards rifle taking quite a nasty shot there from the Tiger Race. End up losing one of their PTRS rifles and a DP light machine gun. So the remaining PTRS and the DP light machine gun get dropped. The guard rifles still have both Shreks, so I suppose they're still pretty good against tanks. Might want to pick up the weapons. There they go. And they need to get reinforced on the field from that half track. And there goes the reinforcements. Tiger Ace manages to back off, stays on the field, and it's just gonna keep on going. So yeah, JJB is just playing delay of game until he can regain his resource income, because that was the smartest thing that they could think of. And yeah. Nice shot there by the AT guns. Sorry. Veteran C3 MG42 opening up on all the infantry as they approach, doing a lot of damage to these AT guns. These AT guns need to pack up and leave right now, or they're going to get cleared out. There goes a Veteran C3 AT gun. That is unfortunate for akosi, but he does have two AT guns still left there that can, you know, shoot at stuff. This MG42 needed to be cleared out a lot earlier in the game, but unfortunately akosi did not get himself Molotovs, which would have helped. And the Tiger Ace is just eking forward, just crawling with its damaged engine. Probably trying to get in range of that AT gun to clear it out. No? And the Panzer IV goes down. Half track almost going down as well. Combat engineers are nowhere to be seen. They are back at base. They need to reinforce right away and get that out. But it looks like akosi is saving his fuel, trying to get himself a call in for T-34-85s. He is 10 manpower away from getting it, and there he goes. He can get it right now if he wants to. Those T-34-85s will not really do much against that Tiger Ace, but it can, you know, tip the scales. But we now see that the income has come back for akosi, and he is now getting himself a mortar squad to try to bombard those AT guns, and a Grenadier squad after that, because he lost all his combat infantry. The Pios as well are currently retreating, all of them going back home. Well, they're not retreating, they're just moving back. I mean, they could have just simply hit retreat and be there by now, but I suppose that's fine. So they're all moving back home just to get in range of reinforcements, get themselves back in order. And the Tiger Race is still there. So there goes the T-34-85s. The T-34-85s are moving in for a little bit of a flank. They do manage to decrew that Veteran C3 MG42. Although, no, it wasn't them. They got decrewed some other way. I didn't actually see it. There's a mortar on the field, so probably that. And the Tiger Race is aiming straight at the T-34-85s. The T-34-85s just backing off. They don't want to risk it. They want to wait for the right moment. Very nice. AT guns pushing forward. We still have two AT guns on the field. The third one is decrewed over here. Could get recrewed by the guard rifles, but he doesn't want to risk it. AT gun taking some shots at the mortar. The Tiger Ace is taking some shots at the AT guns themselves. And there comes the T-34-85s. They could actually go for a crush on all of these Pios. And there they go. Are they going to try to crush? There goes the crush. And a very nice crush. And T-34-85s are now surrounding the Tiger Ace. And down goes the Tiger Ace. So akosi manages to get that behemoth. And, well, everything else is now pretty much dead. And there it goes. JJB says, okay, well, that was it. So, down to the wire for akosi, because if JJB had managed to get the repairs off on that Tiger Ace, he already had income once again and would have been able to start building a lot of things. He could have built more tanks. He could have started building a massive force of infantry and such. So, yeah. So, as much as you might not like or absolutely adore the Tiger Ace, that was an awesome game by akosi in a very interesting and unorthodox opening with 2 snipers. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.